If you've built your first AI agent, you already know it works. But one agent handling one task isn't a system, it's a start. Today, we're going further, building a complete personal AI productivity system from scratch, the kind that runs consistently every week, gets smarter the longer you use it, and actually removes things from your plate instead of just making them slightly faster. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear blueprint for your own system and the exact steps to build it this week. Before we build anything, let's define what a system actually is, because this is where most people go wrong. Most people treat AI like a vending machine. They visit it when they need something, get an answer, and leave. Every session starts from zero, no memory of who they are, how they work, or what good output looks like for them. A system is the opposite of that. A system means AI already knows your context before you type a word. It knows your role, your tone, your current priorities, and your recurring tasks. Every session builds on the last one instead of starting over. The difference in output quality between someone using AI as a vending machine and someone using it as a system is not small. It's the difference between getting a generic answer and getting something that actually fits your work. Step 1. Map your recurring tasks. Before you build anything, spend 10 minutes writing down every task you do that happens more than once a week. Status reports, client emails, research summaries, meeting notes, content drafts, data reviews. These are your automation candidates, the tasks that AI should be handling, not you. Don't include strategic decisions. Don't include things that require your judgment every time. Just list the repetitive, pattern-based work that eats your week but doesn't actually require you specifically to do it. Most people come up with 5 to 8 tasks. That list is the foundation of your system. Step 2. Build your context files. This is the step most people skip, and it's the most important one. Both Claude and ChatGPT have projects, persistent workspaces where you can upload files that the AI reads before every session. You're going to create 3 files and upload them to every project you build. File 1, your identity file. One page describing who you are, your role, your industry, and your current priorities. Something like, I'm a marketing manager at a B2B SaaS company. My current focus is Q3 pipeline generation. I manage a team of 3. File 2, your voice file. A description of how you communicate, your tone, your formatting preferences, things you never say. Upload 2 or 3 examples of your best work alongside it. This is what stops AI from sounding generic. File 3, your rules file, the non-negotiables. Word counts, output formats, things to always include, things to never include. Set these up once. Every agent and project you build from this point forward gets these 3 files loaded in. You stop re-explaining yourself, AI stops starting from zero. Step 3. Design your agent architecture. This is where system thinking starts and where this video picks up from the agent building video. You already know how to build one agent. The question now is how multiple agents should be structured so they work together, not just independently. Think of it like designing an org chart, not hiring one person. Each agent in your system should have a single, clearly defined role, one primary input, and one primary output. The output of one agent should naturally become the input of the next agent. Here's a simple example of what that chain looks like in practice. Your meeting notes agent takes raw notes as input and produces a structured summary as output. That summary becomes the input for your weekly report agent, which produces a draft report. That draft becomes the input for your email agent, which turns it into a client-ready update. 3 agents, 3 inputs, 3 outputs. One continuous chain, and you only had to provide the raw notes at the beginning. The design principle here is simple. Every agent should make the next agent's job easier. If you find yourself manually copying output from one agent and reformatting it before pasting it into the next one, that's a design flaw, not a workflow feature. Fix it in the instructions, not in your process. When you're mapping your agent architecture, draw it out before you build it. Literally sketch the chain on paper. Inputs on the left, outputs on the right, agents in the middle. If the chain doesn't flow cleanly on paper, it won't flow cleanly in practice either. Step 4. Save your best prompts. This is the fastest productivity gain most people never set up. The biggest misconception is that prompts are disposable. They're not. A great prompt is intellectual property. Once you've created one that consistently saves you time, treat it like an asset, store it, improve it, reuse it. Every time you write a prompt that gets a genuinely great result, save it, not in your memory, in a document. Create a simple prompt library, a running document organized by task type where you store your best performing prompts with notes on what made them work. Over time, this document becomes one of the most valuable things you own in your AI workflow. Instead of rebuilding a great prompt from scratch every time, you paste it in, make minor adjustments for the specific situation, and move on. The prompts that go in this library are the ones producing outputs you'd actually send, use, or publish without heavy editing. If it took you 3 attempts to get something right and the 3rd prompt worked, that's the one you save. Step 5. Connect your tools. This is where your system stops being a collection of smart chat windows and starts becoming actual infrastructure. Claude's connectors and ChatGPT's integrations now support connections to Google Drive, Gmail, Notion, Slack, and dozens of other tools. When you connect the tool, your agents can do things instead of just describing them. Your weekly report agent can pull this week's notes from Drive instead of waiting for you to paste them in. Your email agent can draft directly into your drafts folder instead of producing text you have to copy across. Start with the one integration that would save you the most copying and pasting per week. Connect that first, get it working cleanly before you connect anything else. More connections mean more power, but also more room for mistakes. Connect what you actually need, not everything available. Step 6. Let the system evolve. Most people think about a weekly rhythm as maintenance. Check in, run the agents, move on. That's the floor, not the ceiling. The real value of a weekly rhythm is that it gives you a structured moment to make the system smarter, not just keep it running. Here's what that actually looks like. At the end of each week, before you close everything down, ask yourself 3 questions. Which agent produced something I had to heavily edit? That's a signal the instructions need tightening. Which task took longer than it should have, even with AI? That's a signal a new agent is needed. Which output was so good I almost sent it without editing? That's the prompt that goes straight into your library. 10 minutes of that reflection compounds fast. After 4 weeks, your system is meaningfully more calibrated than it was on day 1. After 3 months, it's producing work that's genuinely hard to distinguish from your own, because it was built from your own voice, your own examples, and your own standards all along. Here's what this actually looks like from the outside, and this is the part worth sitting with for a moment. It's Monday morning. You open your laptop. Your meeting notes agent has already summarized last week's meetings. That summary has automatically fed your weekly report agent, which has drafted your status update. Your email agent has turned that into a client-ready message sitting in your drafts folder. Your research agent has pulled and summarized the 3 most relevant industry developments from the past week before your first coffee. You didn't build any of that this morning. You built the system that built it for you. Instead of opening 5 blank documents, you're reviewing work that's already waiting. Instead of executing, you're deciding. That's the shift, and it's available to anyone willing to spend a few hours building it properly. Here's the reality check worth stating clearly before we close. Building this system takes real time up front. The context files, the architecture, the prompt library, the integrations, none of it exists yet, and it won't build itself. But here's the math. Most people spend 2 to 3 hours a week on tasks that a well-built system handles in 20 minutes. That upfront investment pays back within the first 2 weeks. After that, it compounds. The people building this aren't necessarily the most talented people in their field. They're the ones who treated AI as infrastructure instead of a novelty, and that decision alone is putting them measurably ahead. Start with steps 1 and 2 this week. Map your tasks, build your 3 context files. Everything else in this system depends on those 2 things being done first. When those are ready, the system has somewhere to go. If this helped, you know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe buttons. See you in the next one.